History Fanatics. Today we'll be talking about Bloody Mary and the Protestant Persecution. Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary.
What do most people think about when someone says Bloody Mary? Well, probably that typical sleepover dare. Well, there's actually more to this. It's not just a dare that someone decided to come up with. It's a very important chunk of history. In November 1534, Parliament officially passed the Act of Supremacy, declaring King Henry the one and only head of church. This means that England's church is no longer part of Rome. Imagine if we had social media back then. Everyone would be talking about this. Bloody Mary. Who is this Bloody Mary? Well, Mary was actually the daughter of King Henry, the very first child. If she had been a boy, everything would have been very different. King Henry was desperate for a son, so he tried to leave Catherine, but the church said no. Long story short, King Henry made himself head of church, left Catherine, ended up having 6 total wives, but just 2 more kids.
Born on February 18, 1516, at Greenwich Palace, Mary was heir to the throne. But then her mother lost her power. There goes her queen title. Mary, being a devout Catholic, resented the fact that her father had left the Roman Church and did not convert to Protestantism. At age 37, Mary became queen. Yay! No, there is no yay! As much as King Henry was a pain in the behind, what Mary did was much, much worse.
Mary felt that she must burn the heretics to show them what awaited them in hell, and as an example to others if they didn't convert. Burning was an accepted form of punishment or execution for heretics. She firmly believed she was doing the right thing, but her actions led her to being called Bloody Mary. She in fact had fewer than 300 people burned during her reign, which was not overly cruel by the standards of the time, but many ordinary people were sent to their death. She later married Philip of Spain, and that displeased the Protestants.
Next up on History Fanatics, we have an exclusive interview with none other than Queen Mary I. So Queen Mary, tell us, what was your reason for killing 300 people?
Because they didn't believe in Catholicism, so I believe that they should die. My father, King Henry, changed the state religion to Protestants and left my mother, Queen Catherine, for Anne Boleyn, just because my mother couldn't bear a son.
So your childhood was pretty depressing. I would understand that you would firmly stick to believing in Catholicism after what King Henry did to your mother.
Yes, so in return I burned Protestants out of anger to show them that my faith is correct.
Do you think it's right to kill many people just because they believe in something different from you?
Of course, I am the queen, and they must follow my rules. That's what I'm here for.
Didn't you kill mostly poor and self-taught people?
Well, I had to kill them to show other Protestants the consequences of believing in their religion.
So, you now have the famous title of Bloody Mary.
I acquired the name because I killed 300 people by burning them on the stake, even though other people did worse things than me, but for some reason I got stuck with the name.
So, tell us, when did you and Prince Philip of Spain get married?
On Wednesday, July 25th, 1554, in the Cathedral Church of Winchester.
Why did you marry Philip?
Because I loved him.
Then why did he leave you?
How dare you mention that?
I am sorry, but wasn't it because you couldn't conceive a baby?
Yes, many people weren't happy about the marriage between the King of Spain and I from England. It was if I had betrayed them. By the way, are you Catholic?
As you can see from the interview, we can tell that Mary was a devout Catholic. Mary also hated Anne Boleyn because of what her father had done to her mother, and she had a sad early life being separated from Catherine. Her faith had sustained her all this time, and in those days faith was important. Mary truly hated King Henry for changing this religion. Henry broke up with her mom 20 years after their marriage and said she was no longer heir to the throne, and then rejected Catholicism. If Mary doesn't explode, then I don't know what she would do. The long-lasting effects is that Mary left England bankrupt because of all her spending and killing people. She also forced England back into Catholicism. The power of the church decreased and monarch powers increased, which paved the way to modern nation-states.
Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody. I can't do this. Okay, I'm behind the door. Please don't squish me.
We'll give you chocolate if you do the Bloody Mary thing.